You've clicked this video because you want to know how to mix ground bait perfectly every single time. Well, I'm going to show you. At Mainline Match, we do a massive range of ground bait, some pellety based and others are more cereal / biscuity sort of based. And if you follow this guide, you can absolutely get it nailed every single time. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to pick up the Red Supreme here. This is more of like a pellety based sort of ground bait, soaks up loads of water. It's great for catching carp, silverfish, anything that you'd like. So just quickly show you how to mix this up. So open the bag, get her open. I'm going to pour it into my bucket here. If I push this to the side here. Now with pellety sort of based ground bait, you tend to have to add a little bit more water. But if you follow this guide, it should be absolutely spot on. So put your ground bait into your bucket, and the most important thing to do, and what a lot of anglers get wrong, is they absolutely just flood it with water. So if you're new to fishing or haven't done a lot of this fishing before, the best thing to do is to add water little by little every single time. So what I'm going to show you here is a little bit at a time. So I've got a 3-pint tub in. I've probably put in half a pint of water, say into about a kilo of water, ground bait. Just mix it in together and get it all mixed in there. Get your hands in there, getting all the corners. Make sure every bit of ground bait has touched a bit of water there. And there you go. And as you can see, I'm going to show you up here. That is far too light, if that's the right saying for it. It's not enough water in there. You try and put it together, it just like breaks up in your hand, sort of thing. That's not good, what you're going to want. When you put it when you put it in the lake, it's just going to float away. It's going to make a massive cloud. It's not going to get down to the bottom where you want to catch the fish. So you need to add a little bit more water. So even then, it's just dried up a little tiny bit more. You can see it's like the wind's even taking it. It's too light. So add a little tiny bit more water. Again, about the same, about half a pint sort of thing. Get it in there and get that mixed up as well. Same again, getting right in all the corners. Make sure every bit of ground bait's touched that water. And here it's starting to form like a bit of a normal ground bait now. So pick that up. That is probably not far off how you want to be fishing it, to be fair. Lovely there. So it's, see, it's all like dense sort of thing. If you squeeze it in your hands like that, makes a lovely little ball. And it's quite hard to like break up sort of thing, as you can see. And then when you break it down in your hand, it all fluffs up lovely. That's probably how you want to be fishing it. But with pellet based ground baits, and all ground baits in general, to be fair, they take on water, especially when you leave them off to the side for a bit. You'll find when you come back to it in about 15-20 minutes, if you left it like this, it'll be back dry like the first bit I just shown you then. So you need to add a little bit more water to have it fishing perfectly, sort of thing. So little tiny bit more, probably again about another half a pint. Get that in there. Same again, mix it all together. It should be just slightly over wet. So this is just to take in consideration that you're going to be leaving it to the side. The sun's going to get to it, the wind's going to get to it like it is going to do today. And all the pellet's going to absorb all that water. And as you can see, in the ground, you can just see like a few balls of like the water, where the water's got to the ground bait. That is absolutely perfect. That just shows it's just starting to get over wet. And as you can see, stick it together and you can almost like punch it, sort of thing. It's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, if you leave that for 15 minutes, just like that, and come back to it, it should look a little bit like this, a bit like Blue Peter this. So getting it all ready. As you can see, it is absolutely lovely. Squeeze it into a ball. You can poke it. It's not going to go anywhere, but you can break it down in your hands. That is going to be beautiful. The only thing I will say as well, make sure, give it a little riddle, pop it through a riddle, get all the lumps out of it, and it'll be left lovely just like this, like I've just shown you. Squeeze it into a ball. It's going to go straight down, right where you're fishing. It's going to be absolutely perfect. The only thing I will say with pellet-based ground bait is at Mainline Match, which we do, at Mainline Match, we do a 100% pure ground expander. And you've got to mix this a little bit different. It's a little bit of a beast, this ground bait. So I'm going to quickly show you how to mix that as well now. So, like I said, you've got to mix the Mainline Match 100% ground expander a little bit differently to the other ones, mainly because, as it says in the name, it is absolutely full of crushed expanders. It soaks up water like you would not believe. So I like to mix it this way. I have a pint bait tub right here, and what I like to do is I like to fill it with ground bait, just like so. Fill it up to the top, and then pour it into my big bucket. Always use a big circle bucket means there's no corners that ground bait can get stuck into, and you can get in all the crevices sort of thing. Pour it into the bucket, and then what I like to do is I like to add half a pint of water. So I'm basically working in 2 parts ground bait to 1 part water. So there you go, just about half a pint of water there. I'm going to pour it into my ground bait, and that's going to flood the living life out of it. Give it a little stir around, and as you can see, it is absolutely ruined beyond belief. It's almost like dripping through your fingers. It's that bad. But believe me, give that 15-20 minutes, let all the expanders in there absorb all that water, and trust me, it will be absolutely perfect in about 15 minutes time. So we'll leave that there, and like I did earlier, I pre-prepared some. So this has been left for about 15 minutes, and inside here, as you can see, exactly the same. That's 1 pint of ground bait, and it is dried up just like that. It's soaked in all that water, and it looks like that. But again, it's a little bit too dry. Like I said earlier, you can always add a little bit of water, but the best way to do it is add a little bit at a time, not absolutely flood the thing, otherwise it'll be ruined big time. So it's always best to add a little bit of time. So as I said, that's been left there a little while, 15 minutes, it's dried out, and the best thing to do now is add a little tiny bit more water, because as you can see right now, it's a little bit too fluffy. So I'm going to add a little bit more, just a tad, and like I said, just literally just trickle it in. You don't want to ruin it, so just a little tiny bit. Give that another mix. As you can see, it's all come back round again, nice and damp, but not too over damp, so it's all sloppy again like it was at the start. And as you can see, that is absolutely beautiful. All that's left to do now, pop it onto your riddle, because every time you add water to it, you always get a few like water clags up to the ground bait, always makes a few balls. You don't want to feed it like that with them little balls, because the fish can fill up on them. So always bring a riddle, pop it onto a riddle there, and just pass it through. This is the 4mm mesh on this riddle here. Just pass it all through, pass all them lumps there. As you can see, there's a few, look, there's a lump there. You don't want to be feeding them, so pass it through your riddle, and you'll be left with the perfect pure ground expander. And if you follow them steps there, like I just said then, you will never go wrong. Your ground bait will be absolutely perfect every single time. Look at that. What fish can resist it?